I want this to be a breathing series. That means it's the 99 Medibreath series. Let me go back to the beginning. Why I call it 99 Medibreath. 999. 999. 9 because it's kind of in regard to 911. 911 is to save lives from medical terms, to medical sense, from the emergency over there. But 999 is totally different. It's an element of humanity. That means human beings not achieve, but live as being at the moment in time, or without time, without a location, just without time, just live every millisecond, here now. To transform. What is transform? Human beings lived for the last 100,000 of years, millions of years, without evolution, physiologically, developed with all kinds of viruses, with all kinds of bacteria, but at the same time that genes developed with the conflicts, with the memories of the disease, with some defects. But in the meantime, we also developed a lot of great things, a lot of energy, but our origin from that development deep down to humanity, one thing doesn't separate human beings from the cosmos, doesn't matter from quantum physics or from general relativity. Human beings is in connection with the conscious matrix of the cosmos. That means there's a wholeness. There's a whole inner connection of the universe. That means the human beings internally will have that inner connection. Doesn't matter you observe or observed. You observer are the same thing. The observer observes the observed. The observed observer, sometimes we separate. That's including ourselves. We try to see, we have a disease. Look like the disease doesn't belong to you. We are the disease. We are the problems. We have fear, and we believe that fear is not part of us, and we want to get rid of fear. No, we are the fear. We are the disease. Instead of get rid of, embrace it. And in the meantime, to observe is a transformation. To see there's no observed and observer, because it is one. When we see that, everything changed. So anything you do, you cannot get rid of it. It's alive. When you embrace it, you live in totally different direction, because you have the wrong direction. If you live in a diseased direction, and you are the disease, you're moving towards the disease model, to move to the diseased conscious energy frequency. So that means you must change that direction. you must look inside of that inner conscious being. You must have that inside of that soul. You must have it inside of the inner energy being. You have must inside of the mind, the inner mind, not just superficial mind, not a superficial consciousness, but the innermost consciousness. When you have that, you can see the energy, inner energy, outer energy, the universal energy, the original projector of that holographic wholeness of the universe is the same thing. So when we see that, when we do observation, and we, instead of put all the chaos, the thoughts, the emotions, the memories, and the past education, past programming, past indoctrination, past hearsay, that say, the parents' behavior, the lifestyle, everything installed into that person as that environment, as that condition. Into that blueprints of the genes. When you play the same gene, you play the same way as your grandparents, your parents, of course you inherit everything they do. However, the minute you change all that, what is the minute? Here now. You see things differently. That disease can be changed. That genetics can be changed. Because the understanding is different, the environment is different, the practice is different, the energy frequency is different. Every meditation is get rid of, is empty the mind. Without thoughts, without emotions, without dogmas, without all these old concepts, or without all the genes, the way of play genes, the new way of play genes we call epigenetics. Even though it's the same piano, but you play totally different tone. Over here, it is total mutation. When the mind, the inner mind is changed, the inner consciousness is changed, all these 50 trillion cells consciousness are changing. That need total transformation, total mutation of the genes, of the inner consciousness. Every cell. That means each minute you have 300 million cells die, and then you have 300 million cells give birth. A day you have 8,640 billion cells die each day. That's a lot of cells. And then you have also 8,640 billion cells live, give birth. But the new breed of that cells give them plenty of energy, give them new energy frequency, new birth, new consciousness. Instead of copy the old genes, copy old way of living, copy old way of play the life game, or old styles, the old way of thinking, or old emotions. When you leave that alone and change mutation, total mutation, and change the way of thinking, change the way of doing things, change the way of the old conditioning, a new programming, everything changed. So every millisecond, every here now is the time to change. From the diseased model to new healthy model. From the conflict model to harmonious model. From an incoherent energy frequency to coherent energy frequency. When you connect internally, when you connect with the universe, when you connect with the infinite potential, the original mover, original movement of silence, original movement of meditation, the original movement of intelligence, the original movement of consciousness of that chi, everything changed. You mutated new, totally new cells without old cells, blueprints, without old chaos, without old incoherence, without old defected imprints. You are building anew at every second, every minute, every day. Through what? The most important, as we know, is meditation. But everything doesn't matter. Moving meditation, sitting meditation, whatever kind of meditation you do, life starts with what? Breath. So that 999 Medibreath, meditation breath, that's what it is. It's the crucial thing. Give you a totally new look into life, totally new way to play the genes, totally new way of breathing, totally new way to cultivate the genes, totally new way to grow the new cells with the new consciousness, with the total harmony in resonance with the conscious matrix of the cosmos. When we see that direction, when we wake up to see what we can do at the moment, at this moment, here now, we know this is the only time we can change. There's no other time. There's no past. There's no future. It's here now, no time. It's directly to get into the action. We call it action without action. Inaction is the flow of energy, is the flow of the universe, is the flow of the original consciousness. That inaction is ultimate action. Dive down all the way to the deep inside of the intelligence. Flow with the original projector. The mover without cause or effect. Is the origin of all lights, the origin of all quantum field, or the origin of all energy, the origin of all the holographic wholeness of the universe. All that must go through from within. To break the old way of thinking, the old way of emotion, at that moment in time, as you meditate, you breathe, you transcend, you are totally in silence, you are with 100% attention, without thoughts, without senses. The sensor is gone. You dive into the nothingness, the field of nothingness. You dive into the deep consciousness, the innermost deep consciousness, into the total silence of the deep state of the mind. That mind has nothing to do with matter. That mind has nothing to do with thoughts. That mind has nothing to do with the human-made conflicts, the human-made attachments, the human-made history or past, the human-made genes, or the chaotic frequency. When you connect with that, flow with that, you are renew. A totally different life. Doesn't matter the old genes or new genes. You get rid of the old genes. You build a new life. And it's a total gene mutation. It's from a worms, caterpillar into butterfly. Total transformation. So when we see that we are the disease, when we see we are the fear, when we see we are the problems of our own, we are the suffering, we are the pain, we don't have to seek to get rid of the pain anymore. We don't have to get rid of disease anymore. We don't have to get rid of the terror anymore. We don't have to get rid of the thoughts anymore. We don't have to get rid of the emotions anymore. Everything's changed. All that started from the very beginning of the 999 Medibreath. That deep breathe in. Slow breathe out. Thank you.